What do you think your group got out of this trip to Lewiston? What were you harping on before they got here?
It's one. It's a great team building. Obviously, you get a chance to get away from campus, and you're in the dorms and in a different place, and there's not all the Xboxes and PlayStations and that sort. So they really get a chance to bond with each other, rooming with someone that they don't room with back in Pullman, and so I think that's always a great thing.
What are you looking forward to do when you get back, Pullman?
Myself?
Yeah, what's the first thing you're gonna
Well, my family actually came up today, so that was a nice surprise. But no question, just getting back and get settled back in, and really, camp is still in session, and so that's what the guys have to understand. And as coaches, it is what it is. And but we got a big scrimmage coming up, and that'll be exciting to see the guys fly around and to see who kind of starts to separate themselves in the group.
Has there been any separation at nose tackle yet, or Misi's kind of been running with the first team, but it seems like Lamont's right on his heels, and you got Zeus and a few other guys back there?
Yeah, it hasn't separated out. There's guys that are showing great potential, but when we get the scrimmage in, then we'll really start once we get it graded and figure out who's in there making plays within the scheme of the defense, who's doing things fundamentally sound. Then it'll start to separate itself out going into that second scrimmage the following week.
Your defensive line, you guys obviously rotate through quite a few guys. How do you feel about the guys, who will most likely get asked to play, like Amir Crowder, Dallas Hobbs, and some of those guys who aren't game proven yet, but will probably have to have some sort of role this year?
No question. We got a lot of guys. That's the one thing that's kind of unique and kind of special there, and so we can get creative and create some roles for guys that they will be able to do specifically. But they've all really done a great job so far in the first week of camp. So really excited to see as they continue to develop. We got still a long ways to go, but they love the game of football, and it shows out here. They're still learning to be confident in their skill set and what they're doing and within the scheme of the defense. But we'll take all the practices to get them ready for that first game for sure.
How do you feel about having a bigger defensive line this year than maybe in seasons past? Do you feel like it's bigger? You guys are bigger up front this year?
Guys have done a great job in the weight room, and we've definitely gotten bigger, but more so we've gotten stronger. And so that's a testament to Tyson and his crew in the weight room in the spring and over the summer, getting those guys to as much weight as they can carry and be strong and still be fast. Because, again, with speed defense, speed D, we don't want to lose that ever. And again, that's our DNA. So we got to have guys that can run, and when we feel that we have that.
Jeff, what has Carson Block done to get to where he is now with a scholarship at a Pac-12 school?
Well, he played last year in a limited amount of role, but he reminded us of what Comfort was able to do prior to his senior year, and that was go in and add some leadership, play with confidence. He's a physical, tough guy, and so at the defensive end position, that's going to be really critical for us going down the stretch, especially he's got a good combination of speed and power, and of course if you play a 5 as well as a 4-eye with your defensive end, that's what you're going to need.
So a lot of intangibles there working for him in his favor?
Oh, no question. Just his love of the game, his passion for the game, and wanting to do the things right. He's a hard worker, kind of a hard hat lunch pail kind of guy. And when you have that, you bring that to the table, that will show on the field, and in the leadership part, the younger guys, not only in the defensive line, but as well as on the defense and the team, they feed off of that and they continue to get themselves in a position to perform at their best.
The other day you had Lamont doing a few sideline-to-sideline sprints after the practice finished, and this part of camp, is it important to be able to have those teaching lessons so you can get stuff out of the way now that won't happen in games? If that happened in a game, you might get ejected or what have you.
No question. Everything that we do out here is evaluated, as Coach says. Everything is a learning opportunity, and you want to take it for that, and even in the heat of the battle where everything got so excited, you want to be able to calm back down. It could be from a takeaway or turnover, a sudden change in the game. You got to be able to funnel it back in and get refocused and execute at a high level. And so that was a good opportunity on both of those aspects of what the rules state as far as what would happen, but also being able to keep composure and being able to get instruction on what we need to do going into that next series.